Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, my audio is fixed. I say hopefully because yesterday I did like 6 hours of riding and all of the audio was fucked. None of it worked. So everything I recorded, everything I wanted to use for content, in the bin. Absolutely wrecked. So, we're trying this again in the vain prayer that it's clear and that you can hear me. To make sure I've even got my fucking neck warmer thing on, which I do not need at all. It is a gorgeous day. But I've got it on anyway because, well, it worked on the first video and I'm just gonna have to melt and deal with it. So, yeah. Stay there. Not even look in my direction. Stupid dickhead. Anyway. Welcome back. So, what am I going to talk about today? Well, quite simple. I decided to go for a little ride in the sun because it is glorious. Look at this weather. And I wanted to talk about this thing. My little MT125, but in a little bit more detail now. So, I've had it for about a month, and I've put just under 1,000 miles on it. After today, it'll be over 1,000 miles. And I've done some maintenance, I've done some service work, I've looped the chain, adjusted the chain. So I've spent a bit of time with it now. So I feel like I've got a really good understanding of what this bike is and what it's all about. And I want to give you my thoughts. So first things first, it's a 125. So if you're here in the vain hope that I'm going to tell you it's a fast bike, when every other YouTube video you've seen about the MT125 doesn't say it's a fast bike, and you're just looking for that one guy to say it's fast, I'm here to tell you it's not fast. It's a 125. Pinned. 58. So it's not fast, but for roads like this, it's fine. These are the kind of roads you want to ride this bike on. These roads, absolutely perfect. Beautiful roads. Fantastic to ride on. This is where it lives, right? These 60-mile-an-hour country-esque sort of roads. On these, you will be absolutely fine. You'll have a whale of a time. You'll have a right blast. So I would highly recommend you to stick to these kinds of roads. Other roads, dual carriageways, for example, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a real bad time. I took this on a dual carriageway, quite a busy dual carriageway, and I was bricking it. It was terrifying. It was awful. Cars overtaking me at like 40 miles an hour because I couldn't do any more going up the hill. It was a really steep hill, to be fair. Stay there, please, car. Good man. So yeah, dual carriageways. Plus the wind. Oh my god, the wind. I mean, this is a naked bike. You don't really have wind protection anyway. But the wind you get from passing traffic, lorries, vans, cars. Oh, it's blowing you all over the place. You're on the road and you're like this. It's just like, oh. Except not for fun, which that clearly was. Yeah, so please don't think you're going to be like racing up and down dual carriageways and stuff with it. Like, it's not. You're going to struggle. In fact, I avoid them when it's all possible. I don't like them. It's not a nice experience. Not a nice experience at all. Very underpowered, very exposed. You can't just whip the throttle and get yourself out of danger. You are at the mercy of other drivers, and I do not like that at all. So yeah, that's performance. Now, in terms of riding, I've done a lot of big rides. In fact, yesterday, like I said, I did 6 hours on this thing, and I'm back on it today, and I feel fine. No aches, no pains. Very comfortable. Very comfortable. I'm 5'11", got a what we call a rugby player build, broad shoulders, broad chest, big quads. I'm perfectly comfortable on it. Would I be more comfortable on a bigger bike? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely I would be. It's a bigger bike. But is this comfortable enough? Yes, definitely comfortable enough. This is fine. Absolutely fine. Also, side note, I have like a Jackson Pollock painting of dead bugs on my visor already. I've been out on the bike for like, I don't know, 15 minutes. And yet I'm already already covered in dead bugs. Great. Oh, it's gonna be a long day. A long day. Anyway, back to what I was. Where was that? Okay, yeah. Okay, here's an interesting thing. So what about overtaking? Yes, you can. You can indeed overtake. You have to pick your moments. You can't just, grab out and go. But you can absolutely overtake on this bike. It is possible. I know that might sound contradictory to me saying it doesn't have any power and it's not fast, and that's true, it's not. But what it is incredibly agile and light. And that gives you a huge advantage. A huge advantage over traffic. Number one, obviously, filtering, which we know is epically fun anyway. But also, when you get cars that are like super hesitant about certain things, like this guy here. You can just sort of nip out. So it's great fun. You really can overtake. You're not going to be just able to, pin the throttle and nail it and watch the world pass you by. It's not some 1000cc devourer of planets, but it will do you absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. So as I said, I've had to adjust the chain and sprocket. I've given it a service, and I had some wiring, some electrical issues I had to deal with, which straight up the bat, none of were the bike's fault. None of that was the bike's fault at all. And it was all the aftermarket shit that has been done to this bike. A lot of aftermarket stuff that just wasn't working properly. So one of the big things was, I can use that lane. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so one of the things was a relay, actually. Yeah, so there was a relay that I had to fix, because they put this indicator on you. They had this screechy thing, like screamed at you whenever you indicate, so on. The idea being so that you know when your indicator's on, right? Sounds like a great idea, except, just luck, right? And that screech, it drove me up the wall, and it didn't work. Which was the most irritating part of it. It didn't work. It would just screech twice and then the indicator would stop working. So, sorted that, did an oil change. That was a pain in the ass. The aftermarket exhaust is literally right where the oil sump drain is. Which was super inconvenient. So I had to drop the entire exhaust to do that. Again, not Yamaha's fault. That was an aftermarket thing. So, when you consider that both those problems aren't Yamaha problems, then you realise that actually it's fine, right? Like, it's actually quite straightforward. A lot of the bolts and stuff have rounded and sheared. Again, not Yamaha's fault. This one has aftermarket shit because it was Cat N, so it was fixed, which made things a little bit difficult. So, in summary, to work on, long story short, a normal one of these would be absolutely fine and be a dream. This one's shit and a bit of an asshole. So yeah, if you're looking for a 125, then this is a great one. This is a great little 125. I highly recommend it. That probably brings us on to another question, all right? Should you bother riding a 125? Like, let's say you're an older guy like me. Should you buy a 125, or should you just do your full license and then buy a big bike? Honestly, the answer depends. Look, if you buy a 125, you're not going to have very long, chances are. And as well as not having it very long, you're probably going to lose some money on it. This cost me $2,000. When I come to sell it, I'll probably get about 1,600 quid for it. It's just how things work, right? Plus, I've spent money on it. So, you know, I'm gonna be worse off in theory. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that decision because that's a choice that I made. I made that choice because what it has allowed me to do is get out on the road sooner. And that's why I value more. I'd rather be riding, I don't care what it is, quicker than waiting and saving money to ride something bigger later. I'd rather spend some money now and ride now. And that's what it really depends on. If you are fortunate enough to be able to afford to buy a 125 and then lose some money on it when you come to buy your next bike, your bigger bike, then by God, do it. Do it. Just buy the damn bike and get it right. If you're not in that position, then save your money. It'll serve you better in the long run. You're better off saving your money and putting it towards good quality gear or something. Yeah, I would just do that. So it's very much up to you what you want to do. But like I said, it depends on your circumstance, right? So for me, my priority was riding as soon as I could. That was what I wanted to do. And here I am. If I had saved and waited, I wouldn't be riding it right now. I'd have to do my CBT, my theory, Mod 1 and Mod 2 before I could get a bike. I failed my theory. You know, if you've seen the video, you'll know that I failed my theory. So, imagine having to wait for it. Like, oh no, no thank you. So I'd much rather be riding right now, enjoying this weather. Doesn't matter if it's on a little 125, it's still wicked fun. So there you go. That's my opinion. Some things I've I've noticed about my little MT125 since owning it, and what I think after a month. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and ride safe.